that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, wait. Then I think you're over here. You are live. Cool. We got both.
That doesn't seem right.
We did it.
Go back
We
over.
did the things. No.
It's okay. Let me just.
See?
Okay.
We're there.
Okay. Holy shit.
Yeah. Look at us. Look at us. Accomplishing big things. I love it.
The show might be over. We successfully went live on Instagram and StreamYard without Phil involved. So really at this point,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much done
And
for
it's
the
8
night.
o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. We were like, oh no, hold on. We're like 30 seconds late. No, it's still 8. So
I think we did just fine.
Yeah.
I think we did just fine.
look at us, Phil.
Yeah. Welcome to another rousing Thursday evening of the Wish You Were a Beer show. As always, I'm Daniel. This is Tiffany. If you're familiar with the show, our co-host Phil can't be here tonight because I assume he hates us or he had a work event.
He probably had the work event.
Yeah, I think it could go either way. But as always, this is a show mainly about beer and sometimes about other odds and ends, but usually about beer.
It's beer centric.
Beer centric is a nice way to put that. That seems really polite. Yeah. Yeah, not alcoholic at all. It's just beer centric, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as we talk about beer every once in a while.
Correct. Which we will be talking about beer this evening. We have a special guest with us tonight. We're going to be featuring the Garage Brewery, and we were lucky enough to get their head brewer, Will, to join us tonight. So we'll get to chat with him in a few minutes, and we're going to be having his beer this evening. His award-winning beer, I'd like to point out. You can't say that about every beer. It sounds ridiculous, but you can't.
If everyone was award winners, no one would be award winners.
It would be California. Everybody getting a trophy.
Hey, man, I did not get the trophies. Just so happens that the sandcastle building thing gave out participant things.
Check. I can't help that.
Yeah.
We have an odd story about that if you follow us on our Bringing Up Children podcast, we'd love to chat about. No,
we don't want to talk about it, actually, because it's dumb.
It is. So as with any streaming show like this or live show, we do have a plethora of options for you to find us. So you can see our Instagram and TikTok scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen as well. So make sure you follow along with us there. You can see what beers we're drinking individually, what beers we're having together, when we have events locally, all over the world, all kinds of fun jazz. So make sure you follow along with us there. If you keep up with the show, you're pretty much just dealing with me on the social media. So if you want to swear at me, or it's not going to necessarily go to Tiffany or Phil directly, it'll mainly be me, and I'll feel terrible. So please, actually don't do that. No, I don't like that.
You should be nice to Daniel.
Yeah, please.
He needs friends.
I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. So as always with the show too, feel free to comment over in the side there. Let us know what you're drinking. If you are local to our area, perhaps you know Will, or if you know the Garage Brewery as well, make sure you let us know what beers of theirs you've had over in the comments, and let us know what's your favorite, or if you hate the beer we're having. Every now and again, I get somebody who's like, I am huge on TikTok. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Every now and again, I just wait for someone who's local to the area of the brewery to be like, oh, you're doing that beer? Like, what? Why are you so upset about it? It hasn't happened yet.
Sad.
Maybe tonight's the night.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for tonight. One, because it's rare that we get to rack a 32-ounce beer on the show versus a 16-ouncer. So we are doing a crowler from the Garage Brewery. They are out of Chesapeake.
We do not have our own crowlers. These,
well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to drink most of it, but it is a 7%er. It's called No Care at All. It's technically a spiced herbed beer. Herbed, I believe, is the way that it's prefaced. I'm excited. Tim and I have both had this beer before. It's been a little bit since we had it.
I can't recall.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's been long enough since we had it that I can't actually recall all the flavor notes, all the good and bad things about it.
And
there's no bad things about it, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I love it. See, honest.
I don't remember a lot of things.
Yeah,
like purposefully and sometimes not so purposefully.
That 100% checks out.
This one just was taking up space, I think.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, let's cut through the bullshit, and I want to drink this beer, which means we got to bring Will in before we can drink this beer, so we can find.
We set stupid rules for ourselves.
Yeah, we really set this show up,
and that's fine. But let's bring Will in.
Okay. Well, what's up, buddy?
I'm gonna go ahead and steal that like intro song for just like anytime I start like walking into rooms. Anytime like I wake up, start my day, fiance's like groggy, like waking up, it's like, honey, I like this is the Wish You Were Beer guest snippet is magnifique.
I don't think it's copyrighted, so really, it's fair game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll send it to you. Well, we talked a little bit before the show, but I just want to say again, thanks for joining us. I know it's 8:00 at night, and I assume you didn't just sit around today, right?
No, not quite. I wish I could have. That's reserved for like 3 weeks from now.
Yes.
Like full hibernation mode, but not quite yet. Tanks aren't all full.
This is a good problem that the tanks aren't all full. It means you're busy making beer, though. That's a good thing. So now, for those folks who don't know you, again, I think we've actually met in passing, but I don't know if we've ever actually met.
I was actually mentioning to our GM on my way out, I was like, I'm pretty sure that I've had the opportunity to like see you guys like in the landscape of a lot of the bigger events and stuff like that like all of us end up going to.
Yep.
But I really don't think that we've ever had the chance. So, like hand through the screen. Lovely to meet you guys. Really. Thanks for having me. It gives me something to do. I know my D&D players are probably a little bit upset that we're not like cruising through a campaign right now, but duty calls, beer calls.
Well, is that D&D at home with a group, or is it you guys do D&D at the brewery too pretty regularly, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Gosh, we've been doing it since just after COVID. The regulations when they all started kind of lifting, we were just looking for ways to get people in. And I was like, if you call the nerds will show up.
They will answer.
So that actually has resulted. We're actually, God, I think we're closing in on 5.5 years now on a campaign that we started.
Holy
through
shit.
that. But I mean, D&D is basically my free time activity. It's doing research for beer and stuff like that, or probably taking a nap with my husky. Any of those three.
Yeah,
that checks out. Excuse me.
I can talk to all of the just dog napping. I nap with our dog all the time. He's a sweet boy.
Oh no! Now, dog tax though. What kind of dog and what's their name?
So his full name is Sir Charles Alexander Flopsalot of Derpingham. He just goes by Charlie.
He goes by Charlie
for just shorten it up
for the peasants.
Correct.
Because otherwise it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much mouthful. And he is a foster failure, so he is just mutt. We did do the DNA test thing, and he is Rottweiler, Pit Bull, Chow, Boxer.
Yes,
I think are
those
his
are the
top
big
4.
Like bigger than knee height. It sounds like a kind of bigger.
He's like an 85-pounder.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, my guy just came in to lay down behind me. So.
Yeah, I just I saw some ears pop up.
Yeah.
Kind of caught his ears over by the laundry sofa.
So now, Will, how it's the same question I kind of ask everyone, especially the beer world is such a funny world to me in general as to where people come from, how they get involved in it. I'm going to assume you weren't making beer full time when you got into the full-time beer making industry.
Absolutely not. Well, it was a little bit of part-time before I went full-time. I originally was a music teacher. So far be it from me, I wasn't tasting beer at 8:00 in the morning. I was fine-tuning sets of recorders and ukulele strings to make sure that the little ones could play them as close in tune as they could be able to.
Love it.
I taught for about 3 years because I went to VCU for music ed. But that's also where, at the same time, like beer kind of started for me too. That's where I got into homebrewing, as I'm sure a lot of people did. I did it as an economical thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
money.
I could spend like 20, and granted, like realm of perspective, this is God, when did I start homebrewing? I was a sophomore in college, so that would have been 2014 that I started doing that.
Okay.
And it was not great, as one might expect. But yeah, I mean, like by the time I was graduating, the hallway was lined with 5-gallon plastic buckets, all like bubbling in their own little tunes. And when I moved down to North Carolina to teach, there was a little nano brewery, and this will be a recurring theme. Everyone, pay attention. I promise this will come back up at the pop quiz at the end. Kind of similar situation to how I ended up at the garage. I'd reached out to a brewery, a very small barrel and a half brewery in Ahoskie, North Carolina, where I lived and was teaching, called Quick Trigger. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if they're still around anymore, just because of the small town nature of things. But I still do know that the cafe that was still attached to it is still there. And so I kind of moonlit in a way, only on Saturdays, because I'm Monday through Friday, rocking pre-K 3 through 12th grade. And so Saturday was really the only time I'm able to like get in and actually learn a little bit. So, going from Home Depot buckets to the big, I mean, now it seems so small in comparison.
Right. I was going to say, now compared to the garage, you're like, well, actually, these were not.
I mean, but at the time, it was so new, it's so innovative to me. And I just spent, my Saturday days, they're glued to it, just trying to learn a little bit more about the process. And when I was considering kind of leaving the music education.
Now I like music industry actually, because that sounds way different.
Yeah. God, at least at this point, it sometimes felt that way anyway. But I'm so far removed for it. But I kind of like realized like, oh, maybe beer is a little more of a passion, more so than a hobby.
Right.
Of mine. Maybe it's not just, like the puzzle that you pick up and do in your coffee hour on Sunday morning. Maybe designing the puzzles would be really cool for a change. So I really, like threw out the degree that praise be to my parents, the degree is paid off. I wish I could get that refund back, but VCU alumni is not responding anymore. But like after that kind of just like terrifying sort of like, am I really gonna, take a chance and bail on what I've been learning for the past 7 years? And I did, and my first job was as a production assistant over at Smart Mouth, the Norfolk location, which breaks my heart.
It does ours as well.
That they're unfortunately closing down, or at least that particular location of it. The Pilot House will still be there. But they very kindly took me on. Jimmy Lauren was the head brewer at the time. And I remember him telling me when I sat down in my blazer and tie and suit pants, like, dude, brother, you're way too fucking overdressed for this.
What the hell are you doing?
But it must have been endearing enough, or at least I was honest enough about the fact that I don't know or didn't really know anything, that they hired me. And it really was like a week or two later that I got a response back from the garage's original owner, Uliana Wingard. I had shot her a message in February, when I'm like making my plans to move back in with my parents to save money, reset, everything. And she responded like, hey, yeah, no, for sure. We're definitely looking for an assistant brewer. Can you swing by for an interview sometime?
Well, fucking yeah, okay, yeah.
And I mean, much the same situation. I walked in, Kelsey, Uliana, Roy, Kelsey Robbins, the original head brewer of the space, works over at New Realm now. All of them are like, once again, brother, you're way too fucking overdressed for this. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, you were coming into a brewing interview. And I still was just very honest, like my experiences with buckets, my experiences with, like open mash tuns that just look like glorified kettles that you put on your contactless stove. And I got a call back or a message back. I don't even recall if it was a call when I was sitting in my apartment, just like packing up, getting ready to move back to make sure I could get to my first day work at Smartmouth.
Right. Yeah.
And she calls and she's like, yeah, like you're in it. Can you show up on the first brew day? Like that'll be your trial.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it was about a month before everything had started, but I mean, it's, chapters 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the epilogue. And now, we're here. And I do this full time and it's really been a dream. I've been very lucky enough to stumble now into two things that do not pay for shit. But God, if they aren't just fulfilling as hell to be a member of, it's kind of just like being in a band. You can't have a full band if you don't have your drummer, if you don't have your bass guitarist, if you don't have your flautist for the mosh pit,
Your 1 through 12 recorder. Yeah.
No, exactly. I mean, like, how else are you going to hit those shrill high C sharps?
We're not all Mariah Carey, brother. That's where the recorder comes in.
The whistle tones don't come to this baritone voice at all.
So now, how long have you been at the garage now?
God, what year is it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's 2025. So we're going on 6.5 years. I suppose it'll be this month, like right around Christmas time.
Okay.
If not, maybe January. So we're gonna be closing in on 7 and not too long.
Okay.
But I did have the realization I've now been doing this longer than I was in school to teach and taught, which is really just wild revelation to have a morning shower thought about.
I was going to say that always feels like the oldest shit to me ever. When I'm like, wow, I've been doing this longer than I've ever done this or anything else.
I literally had the same conversation, I think, earlier this week of, wow, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, because normally it's just masturbating for me. That's the only thing I can relate it to. Like, well, I've been doing that forever, and I've been doing this
exactly.
That's crazy. Now, wait, what are you drinking?
So I have treated my palate. I wish I could treat y'all's at the same time because I'm not a stout head whatsoever.
Okay.
But this is a 2020 bottle of Avery's Tweak.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it might even be a little bit older than that.
Holy shit.
My sister and brother-in-law, Avery is one of my favorite breweries under the sun. It used to feel like a pilgrimage to go out to visit my sister and now brother-in-law. Now, luckily, my mom and dad live out in Colorado Springs to just go there and try all of their stuff. But I fell in love with Tweak and just how smooth it all is. Yep. And I actually was a little nervous to open this one because this one has survived now like 4 or 5 different moves.
Oh, yeah.
One across country and a couple just between a couple different apartments and houses and stuff before. I was like,
it's impressive.
There's not an often chance that you get to go on to a beer podcast, especially a local one. So that's what we got tonight.
Yeah, celebration beer.
If it wasn't this, it would probably be a PBR.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So PBR is my cheap beer of choice.
Oh, Tiffany, absolutely beautiful taste.
Yeah, it's a little sweet. Usually I am a much drier beer person. I'd much rather have a crispy Pilsner, but it is a sweeter. I don't know. It's sweeter than I would usually like, but I will crush.
I think it makes us look like old beer heads to rack a 16-ounce PBR at a bar when there's a bunch of kids drinking Mick Ultras.
Oh my God, it feels so good. You guys don't understand the dominion that this beer has over our specific generation.
It is, yeah.
We know that it tastes like pennies and nickels that you pulled out of the dryer.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But a good, well-polished, line-cleaned draft pour PBR. Yeah, I mean, God knows, I don't think there's much better under the sun.
Yep. And most of the time, depending on where you can go, you can get them for like $1, $2, $3.
Oh, bless him. In this economy right now, absolutely.
We got out of
we were at the office out in Gloucester.
yes, it's a bar called The Office.
Yeah.
So you can be at the office. And I think between the two of us had like 3 PBRs. And we walked out of there. It was like a $7 tab, and we were like, "What year is it?"
We drink.
Thank you, Wisconsin. Thank you.
Yeah, we drink so much fucking craft beer. I'm like taking 2 20s out of my wallet, and she's like, "That'll be $7.39." It was even a weird number. I was like, what?
I mean, man, you probably could have just given them a kiss on the cheek, and y'all probably would have been square. Like it's wonderful just how everyone has their own particular filler beer. I like to call them.
Yep.
At the like it's not necessarily what I'm going to get better at making beer. Although Paps, I will say, listen, talking to you right now, y'all offer me a job, I'm there. Just saying. I would like to contribute to the what was it, 1872? Blue Medal award-winning legacy.
Yeah. I just love they haven't won one
watches
since.
A lot of our shows.
Yeah.
So
Paps is heavy on the rotation in our viewership.
They live comment all the time.
I look
big fans.
Like fucking nerds. I posted I think it was like Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really want to post or do anything social media today. So I just took a picture of a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, with the Thanksgiving Day parade.
No, it was a celebration ale.
A celebration. Yeah, that's right.
No, yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that released?
Right.
And Sierra Nevada reposted
it and actually sent us a message, like a comment. I was like,
So
no.
Fun fact, early on in this show, we actually did Sierra Nevada Pale Ale because it is one of my favorite beers to this day. Yep, and they send us all sorts of digital things that we could use on the show and a video that we could play. And
we were
they were like, we're sorry that we can't be on.
I was like, you're Sierra Nevada. Nobody expected you to be on.
You're too busy arguing over your beers. I know your thing. It's fine. No need to argue with us over beers. Yeah. Y'all have that. But yeah.
Besides, we got John Mallet coming on next week.
We did, and we had John Mallet on from Bells. It was
my God.
Early on in the show,
I'm following John. Rough. That's downgrade.
We're all technically following John if you want to get down to nowadays. All right. Let's talk about the no care at all though, because this obviously
I've already taken multiple sips of it.
Yeah, we've already poured it because I like to try to get a couple of sips into it before we start to discuss it. But again, if you didn't catch the beginning of the show tonight, we're doing no care at all from the Garage Brewery.
No carrot all.
I said that.
You had to put a T in there.
Exactly.
Enunciation is important.
Yeah. Because otherwise it's no care at all. What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Diction is done with the tip of the tongue and the teeth, y'all.
I went to a theater conservatory. I put that behind me.
Oh God, I'm so sorry if I just caused some.
Yeah, you just gave me a weird
Vietnam
flashback.
Yeah, God.
You could probably see it better on the TikTok stream, but my eyes glazed over, and I was like, I'm in class, 3rd semester.
Well, yeah, I do hope that crowler managed to survive.
No, it did. It held up great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, good. Honestly, so when you were first talking about kind of getting into the brewing industry, I cracked it, and that was one of the things I did. I listened for it. I was like, oh yeah, it's still plenty good. Yeah, no worries.
Wonderful.
So good. One, I want to know. So this is a spiced herb beer, technically, and I know sometimes you got to kind of label things to label things.
Yeah, very much so. Fun fact about this beer: anytime I ever submit it to competitions, specifically ones where I'm receiving judging sheets back.
Oh, is this where the name comes from?
Well, no. That is a whole boy. I have a whole PowerPoint over here ready for you. No. This beer always gets marks off because I don't have a base style for it.
Yep.
I have a hard time even like obviously our menu in the tap room is untapped, so you have to kind of like work within the frameworks of the styles that they choose to offer. Um, I really wouldn't even necessarily call it like a spiced ale or a
Yeah.
vegetable ale because that's not really how I set out to make it.
Okay.
It was always sort of intended to just be if I could create my own little style, like the singular beer style of this is just intended to be a carrot cake ale.
Perfect.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When I was doing research for this, it wasn't, oh, I'm gonna make an amber ale and make it taste like carrot cake. No,
Right.
I was entirely ignoring any beer styles. I ignored all of the textbooks that I have that tell me how to make beer correctly, and I looked at carrot cake recipes.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, at the end of the day, the beer really wouldn't exist. It started as a joke for my buddy. This was like God, like year 1, year 2 of the garage. My buddy Michael Severio, he taught with me down in a Hosky. He's now in like education admin side of things now.
Okay.
Doing a wonderful job at it. But he reached out to me like right before he turned 30 and said, hey buddy, how easy would it be for you to make a beer for my birthday? And I was like, I mean, really easy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I do like this is what I get paid for now, Michael. Come on. And he was like, okay, sweet. Can you make a beer based off of this theme? Because I'm turning 30 and I don't have a care at all. And he told me, and I learned retrospectively that he was entirely just fucking around with me.
Right.
He never intended anything to come from this. He was just joking around.
Yeah, he's like just throwing it out there, like, sure, make me a beer.
Yeah, and he just didn't think that I would take it seriously. And far be it from the philosophy that I generally tend to have about things, like, you know, your buddy reaches out to make you a beer, you make him a beer. So I called him like a month and a half before his birthday. I was like, I need you at the garage on Saturday, or it might have been a Sunday, early ass in the morning.
Yep.
We're going to be doing this right out front. I need you to bring carrots, bourbon, and some spices. And I gave him, you know, the Harris Teeter shopping list.
Okay. Yeah.
And, you know, he was like, oh, shit. I'm actually going to have a carrot-themed 30th birthday because of this guy. And so, you know, it started on my old homebrew equipment in the front yard of the garage. I think I even did it while the tap room was open, so people were able to watch as it was happening.
Yep.
Uliana and Kelsey were kind enough to be like, yeah, use the materials for everything. They let me put a label in, make a 10 little gallon batch, and they the garage got like a sixtel of it. Hey,
yep.
The garage got a sixtel of it, and I took the other sixtel to my buddy's 30th birthday party. I don't know. I'm there for like an hour or so. I get back, sixtel's gone. And I'm already having people ask me as I'm walking in. And remember, this is in the time I'm not the one in charge of anything.
Right.
This is still when Kelsey is operating the reins, and I'm just like, I'm blown away that people just like it was intended to be a meme, like the most glorious shitpost that I could conceive of, and people liked it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. We almost immediately got permission to start working on figuring out how to take the process on my homebrew equipment that I used and scale that up, if possible, to the 7-barrel system that we have. And I mean, you know, I mean, you guys mentioned it earlier, so I don't even feel bad about the plug. It got another gold just this past Monday, and it's for the past 4.5 years that it's been around. Just continues to take awards. I actually William over at St. George when he sent me an invitation to the Dark Night of Winter Festival, told me that no carrot all is banned from that
Can't fucking
festival.
win anymore.
I am not
Will.
allowed to bring it anymore. So unfortunately, those across the water might have a little bit harder of a time getting their hands on it.
Well, we were joking about that too, because I feel like we see it whenever it's available in the tap room, obviously. But then the only other time we see it, because we are on the other side of the water, is when it's online winning shit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I've really got to say, like, it's just wild, like something that I did as a joke to continue to grow a friendship, a very singular individual friendship, has now turned into, just a couple of weeks ago, I helped a brewery over in Paris work on a carrot cake ale.
Very cool.
They specifically were trying to style it like a sour, but there was a lot of back and forth about, like, hey, here are the things that I have done. Here are the things that I've learned through the process of tweaking this creation, this amalgamation of just all of the fucks that you can't care at all about. And it's just such a strange little journey that this beer has ended up going on.
I have a specific recipe question for you, though.
For sure.
What the fuck hops are in this?
East Kent Goldings.
Okay.
Are the hops in this one? Yeah. When I was making the recipe, obviously, hops are not in carrot cake.
Right.
So my goal was to just try to find
not in carrot cake.
No. I mean, like, all you home bakers at home, like, go for it. Give it a try. I would love to see how the hops light on fire inside of your oven. Gives a real smoky aspect to the thing. But yeah, I mean, EKG was chosen very specifically because I, at the time, was enjoying a lot of British beers, which I haven't now touched, God, for like 6 years. But ESBs at the time, I was just sucking down like I was a fish.
I love ESBs.
Oh, they're so good. I'm terrified to try to brew one because they're such delicate beers, but they're so tasty. But EKG at the time was the hyperfixation.
Okay.
As far as hops were concerned, and it took quite a while actually for me to figure out, like, why don't I just use these? They are a mild spice character.
Yep.
That is intentionally made to balance those sweeter characteristics of the English not so bitter.
Right.
And so that's kind of how that specific hop, but admittedly, there really aren't that many, just because of the balance, that we want. I mainly wanted those hops to fill in a gap between the main sort of three flavors that otherwise are making up the beer.
Okay.
Or at least intended, like, you can't just make a carrot cake, with flour, with carrots, and with icing, right? You have all of these different things, all these different processes that go into it, and trying to find outside of those, I'm sorry, I'm making like a fucking penis right now.
Surprisingly, I'm following it, though. It's all the drawing to me.
Yeah, and like, it's these spaces right here in between that greater circle that each of those components are making up, that it's fun to play around with.
Yep.
And so that EKG was crucial to filling out some of those spice characteristics. But I mean, otherwise, you guys are the ones drinking this right now. It's pretty dominated by residual sweetness that I intend to taste like cream cheese frosting.
Which it does.
It's kind of focused like the way, at least the way that my palate anyway perceives the flavor. It has a really strong start, kind of fades, and then builds back up towards a longer sort of a finish. And it's right in that dip, kind of right in the middle of your tongue. that you can taste a little bit of that carrot. And that's really important to me for you to be able to taste in it. I don't like putting ingredients in a beer if it's going to get confuddled and muddled up.
Yep.
I want you to be able to taste it.
Especially if it's something you don't normally have in a beer.
Exactly.
If you're gonna put
exactly.
flavor
Like
in the name-
God knows, the original recipe for this beer only had 5 pounds of carrots or so.
Right.
Up until this past year, it has had about 250 pounds of carrot added to the mash, which has always been a joy.
Yeah.
To either shred or food process to start with, or break open the bags once we figured out a better, more efficient use of my time at 5 o'clock in the morning. But that carrot flavor is obviously important. And I mean, for me, the final part of the carrot cake specifically, that's, it makes it carrot cake, is the blend of spices that gets used. So for us, it's clove, it's cinnamon, it's fresh vanilla bean. I don't like using extracts at all. Fresh vanilla bean, fresh ginger that goes into the boil. And at the end of everything, I specifically, like I said, I made Michael pick up a handle of, God, he picked up like 4 roses or blends. He went way overboard for what we needed it for. So we enjoyed a shot or two, and then we dumped it into a bucket and threw all that shit in there and made a tincture.
Yep.
To extract all those flavors and in a way homogenize them, because even though it's not necessarily characteristic of carrot cake, that little warming factor, almost like a rum cake, was something that I wanted to try to bring out of the beer itself. So that bourbon tincture gets smushed together. But I mean, outside of that, it's just like,
outside of that, it's a pretty basic beer.
I mean, it really is. Like I've had folks like come in and shadow on brew days for that, and I really don't like tooting my own horn, but sort of the mysticism that's developed around this beer in this particular area is just really funny, because they'll come in as like, oh, that's it? That's all you do? And I'm like, yeah, it's the exact same as the Hefeweizen I'm brewing tomorrow. It's the exact same process.
You dumped a bunch of shit in the mash and you put a little bit of liquor and some stuff and threw it. Like, yeah, okay.
Exactly. And it harkens back to like the tail end of my home brewing career was the experimentation of the thing.
Yep.
I'd take a batch and I'd split it 5 ways and be like, all right, we're putting Earl Grey tea in this one. We're putting red hot chili peppers in this one. Rocky Mountain oysters are going in this one. And hey, like on this, we're going to use nugget. And on this one, we're going to use Willamette. Can we taste the difference? Does it have a discernible impact on the beer? And that experimentation is my bread and butter.
Yeah.
For better or worse, you learn a lot more through failure. So I don't necessarily want to tell my boss, who may or may not be watching, that there's a ton of failure involved, but those failures as you're developing and trying flavors and all of those different things are just so important to the overall characteristic of the beer.
And the nice part too is every failure just ends up being a hazy or a so yeah, it's fine.
God, I wish I could say that I could turn all of my like Frankenstein beers into something drinkable, but I'm happy to toss a beer down the drain if it doesn't hit that expectation. Like for example, my most recent beer failure, I intended to make a beer that had squid ink added to it.
Okay.
Really desperately wanted to play around with that ingredient, because the first IPA I ever enjoyed was pizza poured out of Escondido, the location in Escondido, California, and they had a squid ink IPA on. And I was just enamored with it. I hated IPAs at the time.
What?
Yeah, right? No, like at the time, like the original, the Goat, Fat Tire, Amber Ales were my big introduction to craft beer. Like, you know, that easy movement, that shift from the metallic tones that we're all used to something a little more discernible and I don't necessarily want to say like thought provoking, but
No,
you
but
know, just something with a little more character
Yeah.
to it. And God knows, I think I started talking like 20 minutes ago. Apologies, but
Well, this is exactly what the
feels,
show
yeah.
is. Again, it's a beer centric show.
Well, sometimes too, and I'll say this: A, we are running a little long, so I'm going to give you a plug chance in a second. But B, sometimes we have the opposite on this
Are you
show.
in from 1 to B?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm glad you noticed that. Thank you. That was a gift for you.
To the world, to all of you.
Yes. You don't have to go numerically. If you start numerically, nothing matters anyway.
No.
In this economy?
In this economy?
In this economy.
No, but every now and again, though, we do have the opposite. I always joke that I prefer someone who has enough to talk about and the interest to talk about it versus sometimes the people have the interest, but not the will to talk about it
or the comfort
to talk about
in this
it.
situation, because being live on the internet is definitely
Sometimes you get people where you're like, just fucking tell me
It's
what you're
okay.
talking. Like, it's okay.
I am very lucky that I have been very practiced both professionally and on the you know, like the previous streamer side of my history of just being able to perform. And it's a lot easier, you know, with two great hosts who it's easy to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Like
Charlie and Tiffany, I know. Yeah.
Well, Charlie is sleeping. He was twitching a moment ago. He's now awake.
I was gonna turn and see if Moose was still here, but nah, he bailed on me. I was
see him pass by every now and again.
It was like, I've heard this story so many times.
Okay. No one cares anymore.
I see you're not feeding me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah. Well, he got his food 2.5 hours ago, and if he wants to eat it, he'll eat it.
It'll be fine. So what do you have anything exciting coming up at the brewery? You got a beer you're excited about?
Oh God, yeah. Let me get the GM script out. Hold up. So I mean, as far as events to plug, if you're local, well, one, welcome to the show. Make sure you like go down. I think the button is over here to subscribe. So I'll do that so they don't have to, because I know that Dan is running tech duty right now. But I mean, I won't do like a whole awful lot. But for as far as December is concerned for events at our brewery, we have Coats and Crafts this upcoming Saturday on 12/6, if I'm not mistaken, if my mental calendar is operating correctly. Yes. Basically, just a coat drive, more or less. You come in, you donate a coat, preferably one that has been washed, I hope. But I really don't think we can technically be choosy about it. There are a lot of people who need a lot of coats right now. As the winter is cooling down, God knows, I think we're all expecting a little bit of sleet around here right now. But you bring that coat to our lovely handcrafted cardboard boxes that are lovingly wrapped with Target gift wrap, and shove that in there, and we will give you a free beer. Nice. We absolutely would love for anyone. It doesn't matter realistically what the code is. I believe that the goal is intended to be more warm weather coats. Yep. But at the end of the day, anything that anyone is able to do to help donate with those things is great. We will additionally, about a week afterwards, we'll be having a toy drive at the brewery for the kiddos. Always important. They are the future. That'll be on 12/11. And then I think we have a Harry Potter, like a Yule at Hogwarts market on the 21st of this month. So all you Potterheads, come out. Stay away from me. I won't be there because you scare me sometimes, but please come out to the Potter stuff. And I mean, beyond that, we have music bingo and trivia. I think music bingo is first and third Thursday. Music trivia is the second Thursday. And the big one that I want to drop, I think we've actually kind of like nailed down a time. Our new biggest event is our Renaissance Fair. We've now done it twice. What? Our third one is going to be hard relaunching in March.
Nice.
which I guess will be a solid enough segue into me being able to talk about a couple projects. The beer that I'm brewing for that one in particular, I've been in books and articles and journals and personal blogs about brewing a sati, which is a Finnish traditional drink that's been around for a little longer than I've been alive, if I'm not mistaken, by a couple hundred, maybe a couple dozen, 100 years. But I'll be doing that, which I'm really excited about, to try to take those traditional methods and adapt them onto my shitty little system in Chesapeake, Virginia. I'll be racking a little bit of that onto like a wild ale blend that I was very lucky enough that Eric Tennant over at Benchtop kind of was coaching me through a couple different strains and blends to look out for. And I mean, beyond that, we have a couple just fan favorites. Like I mentioned today, I brewed a salted caramel candy apple graph that'll be coming out at some point while it's still cold out. I have a Czech pale lager. I've been very much trying to get better at brewing Czech styles, so I'm really happy and proud about this one. Shout out down to Josh Chapman over at Sojourn, gave the recommendation for a particular yeast blend on this one. And then in Dog Ears I'm Dead, a Munich Helles lager that always gets a chuckle out of people, and I at least drink half of myself, and a Belgian double that'll be coming out sometime around Christmas time as well. But yeah, I won't bum y'all's time anymore. I know you got multiple choice questions to answer after this.
We're gonna review the beers, what we're really gonna do, which means I gotta kick you out. So
I mean, and you can stick around and listen,
or you can go to bed.
Yeah,
really the choice is yours.
I wouldn't be mad either
way. We are closing in on just about 9 right now, so it might almost be bedtime.
It's past mine, but
we'll see.
For lifestyle.
Get a little bit of the laundry couch over there, but there's Moose.
I love it.
Hopefully the fiance doesn't see it. But yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate y'all reaching out.
I'm glad we actually got to catch up face to face instead of just seeing each other online or in passing like has normally happened in the past. So
yes.
And I'll see you at the Renaissance Fair because I'm going to bring my A game, mainly because I want to try that beer more than anything else. But I'll dress up.
Please, God, come dressed up. We do work with a barony. We don't necessarily, although we do have all of the accoutrement, the people pleasers of fighting and stuff like that. But we kind of really like leaning into the more historical side of things. You'll have someone there to teach you how to play instruments, like you would have in medieval times. Fight like medieval times. Weave like medieval times. We like that historical side of things.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll catch you guys there. Stein or beer horn in hand.
Oh, God, I love both of these options, too. All right. Will, cheers, man.
Yes.
Be good.
Cheers.
Take it easy, y'all. Enjoy your evening.
You too. I love it. All right, let's talk about this beer. Again, big shout out to Will from the Garage Brewery, though, for stopping by.
Yes.
I always love when we can get our local folks to spend some time with us just because we're all in the same beer scene. We're all in the same area. We know a lot of the same folks. We've had a lot of the same beers. It's always more fun for me when we can kind of hear some of the stories about the beers that we drink on a regular basis. But that being said, we're going to review this beer, which is No Carrot All.
Thank you.
From the Garage Brewery. I'm going to go first. That was a time when I was much more flexible.
That was like 8
Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not getting any younger. So I dig this beer personally. I know Tiffany likes it as well, but I think we'll hit on a lot of the reasons why I like this beer, some of which I don't think I was aware of until you kind of hear it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like sometimes when you hear where somebody expected the flavor to hit, and then you're drinking it and where it actually hits, it's like, oh fuck, that's what that is. I may be an idiot.
I feel like Jesse, who's currently at Tradition, is very good about describing that exact same thing of True like, story. Oh, it's gonna hit this part of your tongue. And I'm like, you're right.
You're right. That's exactly
I was unable to put that into words.
Yeah. So for me, this beer, so again, we use Untapped, which is, a 1 to 5 scale. So 1 being the worst beer you've ever had, 5 being
0.25 being the worst beer.
0.25 being the worst, and 5 being the best. Sure. If you want to get down to brass bottle caps, that's an Untapped reference. But at the end of the day, this is a solid 4.25 for me. I like this beer. It is hard to categorize it because there's really not a whole lot like it. It's kind of like Will said. It's not an amber ale. It's not a lager. It's not a dark lager. It's not this. It's not a winter warmer. But the flavor profile is delicious. Carrot cake, absolutely. A little bit of cream cheese icing, and you definitely get the actual vegetable carrot out of it, which is really crazy to think about. But like I said, for me, 4.25 out of 5. It's a great beer. Phil's not here. I get to do whatever I want. Go.
All right. I dig this beer. It's delicious. Carrot cake is one of my favorites. I almost ordered a carrot cake earlier, and instead we went German chocolate cake. And I'm excited because I basically got a carrot cake as well. I am actually going to give this a 4.5.
Interesting. Okay.
Again, I dig carrot cake. I also really like that this beer is so unique and really well balanced. And to the point that Will was saying earlier of like, it has like a very specific high, mid, and end, or whatever. Anyway, it has like a path for your palate. And I dig that. So yeah, 4.5.
Awesome. Phil couldn't join us tonight, but he did have the beer. It magically found its way to New Jersey. So like always with Phil, we haven't seen his review yet, and I'm interested to see it. So let's see what Phil thinks.
Hey everyone, I apologize that I can't be on the show tonight. It's that holiday season, and I have a holiday work party tonight that I can't miss. And you can't miss out. You got to show face. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there tonight, but I did want to still have this beer and review it. So let me just let me go somewhere a little bit more comfortable so I can enjoy this drink. Okay, this feels better. Let me just crack this open. So, I've never heard of this style of beer, so I really can't feel like I can judge it correctly. So this is just going to be purely off of the taste that I'm feeling. Not gonna lie, I'm not really loving this color. It's coming out, I mean, I guess it's a vegetable beer, so that makes kind of some sense. Okay, the color is not attractive. The flavor is full. It's bold. It's delicious. It's very it's good for the season. This almost tastes like something that would be labeled like a Christmas beer or something. It's the spicy in this. I did not expect to like this at all, and I'm really enjoying it. So for me, this is a, it's everything that it says it's going to be. Spicy, flavorful, bold, color, not my favorite. But it's really good. So, 4.5 for me. I'd like to taste a better vegetable beer. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. That's it. Alright. See you later.
God,
I
love Phil.
love Phil so much.
That was a great video. Thank you, Phil. So that puts us at a show score of 4.5 then, which is a great score. Again, if you haven't had this beer, if you're local to the area, they make it once or twice, maybe a year that I see it come around. Maybe it's even more than that.
We should have asked.
But the Garage Brewery in Chesapeake, they're easy to find. The beer is delicious.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, so go check that out if you can. Next week we have. I'm sorry, I hiccuped right as I started talking. I'm sorry, I'm a human being, Tiffany. I have feelings. I'm not a robot. Anyway,
Things are going great.
We really only fight about the children. Anyway, next week we have an exciting show. If you keep up with our social media, then you probably already know that our beer did come out with Fine Creek Brewing up in Powhatan, Virginia. So that is a smoked Vossel beer with juniper at 9%. It's a wild animal. I can't wait to see what Phil thinks about that one because it's, again, a beer that he's never had.
He won't even know how to pronounce it.
He might. I don't know. He's well-traveled. So that being said, we are going to be lucky enough to have Brian, the head brewer from Fine Creek, on with us next week as well, who we got to brew the beer with. Super nice guy. So that should be a lot of fun to catch up with him now that the beer is done, because we went through the whole brewing process and now we've finally gotten to try it and get to talk about it. So I'm excited about that.
And it's very good.
So make sure you keep up with us anywhere you can get us. Again, TikTok, Instagram, all the beautiful places that the internet tells you should hang out with people. And
drag the puzzle piece.
What?
And then it'll let you do it.
Oh God, I hate that. So
unable to verify. Hold on, I'm shaky. I'm
Tiffany's
too far
trying
away.
to verify something on TikTok.
I'm a
as we
human.
speak.
I'm a human. Look at that.
So follow along with us anywhere you can get us. Big shout out to Will and the Garage Brewery again for stopping by. We really appreciate having you, and the beer is fantastic.
Yes.
And I know that we're not the only ones who really enjoy it based off the medals alone.
Won a gold on Monday.
Yeah, I was gonna try to make like a Olympic reference, and I almost went Lindsey Vonn, and then I was like, well, he didn't break his leg every year. He actually won. Michael Phelps. There we go. It's like the Michael Phelps of Veer Awards. I don't know. Is that?
I don't know how many awards this is won. He got what, 26?
It's what?
Didn't he get 26 medals? I don't know why I have that information in my brain.
Make sure you stop by next week. We're going to be having our collaboration beer with Fine Creek out of Powhatan. Brian's going to join us. Is there anything else you want to say before I close this?
No, I'm good.
Awesome.
Bye, guys. You got to hit the end.
Well, then I put play.